Hi guys, so today's the day. I was brushing my teeth and I get a knock on the door and it's the Jehovah Witnesses ringing my bell, okay, downstairs. I thought it was my Target delivery. It's very hot. I really don't want to deal with the Jehovah Witnesses, okay? And I'm going to make that very clear. And we will continue to do videos, okay? So even when you want to recover and move forward, this is what goes on. Now, I was in Johnstown homeless, and not one of the people from the Kingdom Hall or my godmother and her husband, who's an elder, had a word to say about what was going on. After all these years, they get involved with my divorce. They make up these horrible lies about me. They did it when the marriage started. She started trouble. She started trouble when I was a child with her family, her uncle, what is my cousin, her nephew. See, this is the thing with blended families. Nobody's your family in a blended family, okay? Everybody picks these war lines, these fault lines when you're a child. You're a little kid. You're 5 years old. I was 3 years old, and now they're trying to make up stuff when I was 3. So you're a child, and nobody's your family, but everybody's your family. You see how dysfunctional that is? This woman and her husband have been doing this in my blended family since I was born. She's never been a godmother. They tried to get me to leave college. I'm not going to go through the laundry list of abuses by these people. On Henry Street, they were in the attic. They were in the cellar. The man who owned the building was a Jehovah Witness. When I tried over to go talk to my house sister, the Jehovah Witnesses were over there. So I would like to suggest that, and my godmother has nothing good to say about Catholicism. I attended the Catholic Church for 20 years, and at least they're taking steps forward. It's not perfect because human beings aren't perfect. But my godmother and her elder husband, who had a business right on Main Street in Broad Albion, could have taken steps to reach out to me or to talk to me or apologize or any number of things that she should be doing now. After all the lectures about bearing false witness, just constant terrorizing us as children at the dinner table, which is why I developed irritable bowel, and I carried a lot of stress and trauma in my stomach. I developed an eating disorder because she was that abusive. And then her first tweet was, "I can't imagine somebody abusing a child." Well, you need to take some inventory of yourself. Okay, you need to stop whipping out the Old Testament and going on and on about these obscure Bible verses, and you need to catch up with the New Testament, okay? And you need to stop this child abuse, certainly towards me. It's caused irrevocable damage now with my half family, in my marriage, that these people shouldn't even been allowed to weigh in on. And they've done this since I was a child. So I thought I would, and you can see I've had symptoms, I've put on a lot of weight. It's very traumatizing with these people. And I have to bring up old memories when I was at college, and they consistently were telling me that Jehovah doesn't approve of me going to college, which is what my half family has been doing my entire life. They caused a lot of problems down in New Paltz. They made fun of it, calling it New Palsy up on the lake all the time behind my back. None of them participating in me graduating. None of them have done nothing but be abusive. And then they continue to knock on my door and talk about religion. They continue to lecture about Halloween. They continue to lecture about how everything is worldly. But when they want to be in Jehovah Witness, then it's okay. Then you're shunned, and they make up a bunch of things with the court system. But when they want to go drinking and they want to work at the Hotel Broad Albion and they want to be coming out as family members have come out as gay, that's perfectly fine. So they're in, they're out when it's expedient. And then the attack, I'm not a Jehovah Witness, and I certainly never got involved other than when I was younger. So a lot of this goes back to when I was a child. So again, this video is off the cuff. This wasn't what I was going to do today, but I think it needs to be said, and she needs to get out of my business because now it's caused irreparable damage with my reputation. Bearing false witness was huge with this side of the family. These ongoing allegations, I'm a drug addict, or I'm in prostitution, or I was an abuser in my marriage, or so on and so forth. And they get all these people to do this when I was homeless, taking pictures, degrading pictures of me. And this went on when I was a child, constantly from this woman and her family. Every single birthday, every single holiday was, we're not going to celebrate your birthday or anything to do with you because we're witnesses. I never had a birthday party. Not that I'm bringing that up now to complain. I'm certainly not looking for a birthday party, but it was the same thing when I graduated college. It was the same thing when I got married. It's been the same thing throughout my life. And they've all repeatedly gotten together. So this whole blended family thing has turned out to be a nightmare, and I've tried really hard to be civil to these people, to get along, to do the right thing. I don't even know a lot of their family members. They show up, they make allegations, all their children now, some of them live alternative lifestyles. They show up, they make these allegations, and they continue with this abuse. So she needs to be stopped. Her husband needs to stop. The other side of the family, with the various predators that have done things throughout my life, the various allegations that they've made in their own family. So I thought I'd take this time to mention the spiritual abuse, because the spiritual abuse continues with this stuff. It's one of the layers that you have to delve through, and we can continue to do that. In my writing, I talked about the spiritual abuse because that's a big part of this. And then they waltz into the courtroom, make up a bunch of stuff about you. If these people are connected to some sort of cult or extremism, they bring all these people to bear, and then make up these allegations about you. So I will continue to talk more about the spiritual abuse. My ex-husband behind my back was involved with these people. They had a business in Broad Albin where I had vacation property, and this stuff continues to follow you around with this kind of idea that they're religious people and therefore they're telling the truth, which is horrible lies. Now they're involved with the evangelicals up there, and they bring to bear all these people against one little child that her parents were divorced. Be safe out there, guys.